Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Anzu Shumaima and I am a foundation level student at Trahan School, F8 Campus, Islamabad. And today I am doing my third Chatgpt and my topic is hurry up. So let's start it. Hurry up. Chatgpt, can you listen me?
Wa alaikum assalam, Anjushi. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. I'm ready to go, so just let me know what you'd like to discuss or what you need help with, and we'll jump right in.
Chatgpt, I have some questions for you.
Of course, I'm ready for your questions. Ask me anything you have in mind, and I'll do my best to help you out. What's your first question?
What does the phrase hurry up mean?
Great question. So, hurry up is basically a phrase we use when we want someone to do something faster or to speed up. So, it's often used when we're in a rush or we need something done quickly. Does that make sense?
Is hurry up a formal and or informal phrase?
Good point. Hurry up is definitely informal. It's the kind of thing you'd say to a friend, a sibling, or someone you're close to. If you want it to be more formal, you might say something like, "Could you please hurry up if you don't mind?" Or "Would you mind speeding up a bit?" So the tone is more polite that way.
Why do people use the first hurry up?
Yeah, exactly. Most people do tend to use hurry up in everyday casual conversation, especially when they're just in a rush. The formal versions are definitely used, but usually in more professional or polite contexts.
Who says the hurry up in story? Who says hurry up in the story?
That's a great point to explore. So often in stories, it's a character who's impatient or worried, like a parent telling a child to hurry up or a friend urging someone to move faster. It really depends on the plot and the tension, but typically it's used in urgent or time sensitive moments.
To whom is hurry up said?
Yeah, exactly. Hurry up is super common in everyday speech, especially when there's a sense of urgency. So it's a great phrase to know when you're talking about times when people need to speed things up. Just keep in mind the tone, since it can feel a bit abrupt if not used carefully.
What is the main idea of the tale?
Absolutely. So the main idea is that hurry up is a casual, informal phrase used to urge someone to speed up, often in urgent situations. It's super common in daily language, but you just have to be mindful of when and how you use it, since it's more informal than formal.
Why is time important in the story?
Ooh, that's a really great question. Yeah, time is often super important because it creates urgency and tension in a story. Deadlines, waiting for a crucial moment, or racing against time, all of that pushes the plot forward. So when someone says hurry up, it's often because time is really tight and the stakes are high.
What lesson does the story teach?
That's a really good follow up. Usually, a story that uses time like this teaches us about urgency, prioritization, or maybe even the consequences of procrastination. It kind of pushes the characters to act, make decisions, or sometimes even realize something crucial they might have missed.
How does the character react after hearing hurry up?
Yeah, it really depends on the character and the situation. Sometimes they'll get flustered or anxious and try to rush. Other times they might get frustrated or even freeze up if they feel too pressured. The reaction usually adds a cool layer of emotion or tension to the scene.
What problem does the character face?
Right. So often the problem is that they're running out of time. Maybe they have a deadline or something really important that has to happen quickly. Or sometimes the problem is that they misjudge how much time they have, and that miscalculation creates tension or mistakes that they have to fix later.
What does the word time sensitive mean?
Good one. So time sensitive basically means something that needs to happen quickly or within a certain time frame. If you don't act within that time, the opportunity or the situation might be lost or things could go wrong. So it's a way to say that timing is really critical.
What is the opposite of hurry up?
Good question. The opposite would be something like take your time or slow down. Those phrases suggest no rush, giving someone the space to do something carefully without pressure.
Use hurry up in a sentence.
Sure. For example, I might say, "We need to catch the bus, so hurry up and get ready." That way it shows urgency and encourages the other person to move quickly.
Write the meaning of phrase.
Right. So a phrase is basically a group of words that work together to convey a specific meaning, but it's not a full sentence on its own. So something like hurry up is a phrase because it packs a whole idea into just a couple of words.
Write Why is quick action necessary in the story?
Exactly. So when a story relies on phrases like hurry up, it usually means quick action is crucial. Like the character has to act fast, avoid missing an opportunity, or prevent something bad from happening. So time is really a driving force in the plot.
What happens if the character does not hurry?
Yeah, that's a really interesting shift. If the character doesn't hurry, it could create a whole new problem, like missing a chance, facing consequences, or feeling regret later. It kind of builds suspense in a different way.
How does the story end?
Yeah, exactly. The ending often depends on that choice. If they don't hurry, the story might end in a missed opportunity or maybe a lesson learned about taking action sooner. If there's a twist, it could still turn out okay, but that tension really drives how the conclusion feels.
Who is the main character?
Yeah, exactly. The main character is usually the one who faces this time pressure or makes the critical decision. Their choices drive the plot, and how they react to that urgency really shapes the outcome of the story.
What kind of phrase is hurry up?
Got it. So if the main character is hurrying, it usually means they're racing against time, trying to fix a problem or reach a goal before it's too late. That push for speed then drives their actions and keeps the story moving forward.
When does the story happen?
Exactly. So depending on whether the character succeeds or not, the story can end with a resolution. Like they managed to beat the clock, or it might end with a lesson where something didn't go as planned, but they grow or learn from that delay.
Why should we
Ah,
value time?
of course. I'm here and ready. If you have any other topics or questions you want to explore, just let me know and we'll keep going.
How can being late create problems?
Yeah, definitely. So being late can throw off plans, make you miss important opportunities like deadlines or meetings, and it can even affect how others perceive you, like if you're seen as unreliable or careless. So even small delays can snowball into bigger problems.
What is the moral of the story?
Right. So the moral often centers on the importance of time management, like being mindful of deadlines, acting early, and not procrastinating. It's a reminder that even small delays can have big consequences, so acting promptly is key.
What message does the writer give?
Yeah, exactly. The writer's message is often about being proactive, taking responsibility for your time, staying organized, and being ready to act. It's a reminder that time once lost can't be regained, so we should value it and use it wisely.
When does the story happen?
Yeah, it usually does, and the ending really depends on the character's choices. If they act quickly, they might resolve the problem or succeed in their goal. If they don't, the story often ends with a lesson about missed chances or the cost of inaction.
Where does the story take place?
Good point. So the story can take place in all sorts of settings, maybe a school, a workplace, or even something like a race against time in a fantasy world. The setting really shapes how the urgency feels, whether it's a personal deadline or a global crisis.
Give another verse with the same meaning or as hurry up.
Sure, another phrase you could use is rush up or even move quickly. Both of those convey a similar sense of urgency, encouraging someone to pick up their pace or act faster.
What lesson does the story teach?
Yeah, so the lesson is really about valuing time, understanding that acting promptly can be the difference between success and missed opportunities. It teaches us to stay aware, act early, and not underestimate the importance of time.
What is the title of the story?
Good question. The title could be something like The Race Against Time or Hurry Up Before It's Too Late. It would really depend on the exact plot, but it should capture that sense of urgency and time pressure.
Who is the main character?
Yeah, the main character is typically the person who's directly facing this time pressure. So it's the person who's either being urged to hurry or is trying to beat a deadline themselves. They the ones whose decisions and actions really drive the plot forward.
Who does the phrase or hurry up mean?
Great. So the pace of Hurry Up is really fast. It's all about quick, immediate action. The language pushes the story forward, making the reader feel that urgency and tension as things unfold quickly.
Why is the phrase hurry up used?
Exactly. So when it's used, it kind of propels the character and the plot forward at a quick pace, making everything feel really urgent and immediate. So it's a powerful tool to ramp up the tension.
Who says hurry up in the story?
Yes, exactly. In the story, hurry up acts as a catalyst. It pushes events forward and creates that sense of urgency. The characters respond to it and it shapes their choices, which drives the plot toward its climax or resolution.
What is happening when the phrase is used?
Yeah, so when the phrase is used, it's usually a turning point. The character might realize they're running out of time, and that urgency pushes them to act. Maybe they rush to reach a destination, fix a problem, or make a crucial decision. So it's a moment of pressure that sparks action.
Why is time important in the story?
Yes, absolutely. Time is really crucial because it creates that tension and urgency, pushing the character to act before it's too late. Without that time pressure, the stakes wouldn't be as high, and the whole pacing of the plot would feel different.
What problem does the character face?
So the character faces the problem of a looming deadline or a time limit, basically the risk of failure if they don't act quickly. Whether it's a personal goal, a big opportunity, or even a danger, the time pressure really is their problem.
How does the character respond?
Exactly. The character usually responds by making a quick decision, maybe rushing or changing their approach, or sometimes even pausing to reassess. Their reaction is what moves the story toward its resolution, whether they succeed or fail.
What is the main idea of the story? What is the main idea of the story?
Yeah, the main idea is really about how crucial time is, how a character's ability to act quickly or delay can determine success or failure. It shows that being mindful of time, making decisive moves, and staying aware can really shape outcomes in life.
What does the story happen?
Ah, good point. So the story usually happens in a specific moment or a short period, like a single day, a few hours, or a critical event. The exact time frame really depends on the plot, but it's that sense of in the moment that keeps it intense.
Where, uh, when does the story happen?
So the timing really depends on the plot, but often it happens in a specific critical window, like a single afternoon, a day before a deadline, or just before a big event. That time specificity is what builds the tension and urgency in the story.
What would you do in the same situation?
That's a great question. I think I'd try to stay calm first and break the task down into steps, kind of like prioritizing what needs to be done right away. I'd make sure I keep track of time and ask for help if needed so I don't get overwhelmed.
What is the character trying to do?
Yeah, exactly. I think the key is staying focused and not letting the pressure completely overwhelm you. I'd also make sure I check in with any important details or deadlines to keep on track.
What is the character trying to do?
Exactly. The character is usually trying to juggle all those pressures, so they might be rushing through tasks, making tough decisions quickly, or sometimes rethinking their priorities to keep up with the ticking clock.
How does the story end?
So it really depends on the story, but often it ends with a resolution tied to that time pressure. If they hurry and act, they might succeed, and there's a sense of relief or triumph. But if they don't, it might end with a mischance and a lesson learned about the cost of waiting too long.
Why should we not waste time?
Exactly. The story really drives home that idea. Time is a limited resource, and every moment counts. So the lesson is really about valuing time, being proactive, and not letting opportunities slip by because of hesitation or delay.
So, viewers, this is my ChatGPT. Hope so you like this meeting. You next video Pakistan Zindabad Khuda Hafiz.
That was great. I really enjoyed our discussion. I'm glad you found it helpful, and best of luck with your next video. Pakistan Zindabad, take care, and Huda Hafiz.